Hi, everybody. It's Anne Marie here once again from Traction Complete, and I have another really interesting complete discovery use case I want to show you. So, one of the things that we know in any competitive industry is we need every advantage possible to be able to beat out our competition. And so, it's really important that sales gets as much information and as current information as possible on an account so that they can go after them in a meaningful way and edge out the competition. So one of the areas that we find can give a sales team an edge is around M&A activity and getting that information as quickly as possible. The downside of traditional data providers is that though you do get more vetted information, it also takes longer for activity to sort of percolate through their system and into your CRM through your integration with them. And M&As is a really big category that suffers from lag when it comes to traditional providers. And so I wanted to do a use case where AI is actually looking for recent M&A activity, in this case, in the last 6 months, so that we could see what kind of information it could bring us. And then the understanding is when you do prove out something like this in Complete Discover, knowing that you can operationalize that in Salesforce using our automation engine, leveraging Complete AI to ask AI to do essentially the same thing, but in Salesforce so that we could make this available at scale. But first we need to make sure the information works, it's useful, it's valuable, and most importantly, it's accurate. So I've created a prompt here for AI to go out and look for M&A activity within the past 6 months. If there's no activity, don't bring me any information. If there is activity, bring me the information. Give me a flag, yes or no, that there's activity. And then I want to see the date as well as a strategic summary as to what happened during that acquisition. And I asked it even to give it from a perspective of why would a salesperson care about this acquisition? How can they use that information in a viable way, a valuable way? And so we'll see what it does. So I've just given it this set of companies. Complete Discover will use any cell with information and any column header as context, and then you can refine and set rules and guardrails using your prompt. You have the choice of different LLMs and different models depending on your API keys. And it's super simple to get started. Let's give it a run. Just going to get it going here. And everything in green is going to be the stuff that's enriched. Okay, let's take a look. So the reason I wanted a flag was because I'm thinking already down the road, if I want to automate this in Salesforce in one of our Traction Complete flows, I want to be able to use that flag as a trigger so that if there is an activity that is of value, that is a legitimate M&A activity, and there's a flag that says yes, then we can put it through the flow and automate this information going to the rep on that account, or we could make it an on-demand flow as well. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the results. So for Figma, yes, they had an acquisition. They acquired Weavy, rebranded as Figma Weave. And here's where it gets cool is, so I asked it for the strategic summary and I said, why would sales care about this information? And so if you look at this one, so it describes what that acquisition means, but then for sales, this opens doors to new buyer personas such as creative operations, marketing, and content teams, and increases, let me just move this out of the way, average deal size by consolidating multiple point tools into a single Figma-centric stack, etc., etc. So another one, we've got Zendesk acquired Unleash, an AI-powered enterprise search platform for employee service. That happened just very recently, December. This acquisition expands Zendesk's addressable personas beyond customer support leaders to include HR, IT, and internal help desk owners, and on and on and on. And so the insights can be incredibly valuable, but you want to look at this as, look how quickly, this one was in January, this one was in September, this one was in December, this one was in October. And so you can think about this if you set it up as an on-demand AI enrichment flow. Then say I have the Figma account, I'm a salesperson, and I hit a get news button and I'm told about the Weavy acquisition and I make a call to Figma about that acquisition. I'm going to sound like I know everything there is to know about Figma. I'm so current. This just happened. Look how smart I am and look at the advantage that's going to give me. So if you did this every time you go into an account, or you can have it on a schedule, or you can have it as accounts come in, look for this information, flag it, and then make decisions as to how you want to notify the reps on those accounts of this activity. And so this is just M&A, but hopefully it gets your creative juices flowing in what you could bring in. Basically anything that is publicly available, you can bring in using AI right inside of Complete Discover, and then bring it into Salesforce using our automation capabilities to really roll this out across your organization and teams that it applies to. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I look forward to our next use case.